My name is Matt, the Better Man Coach, and if this is the first time you're seeing me, we're doing a video every day in February to get me better at making content. And along the way, I want to make you better at achieving goals. Today we're going to talk about what's better, going harder or going longer. And no, it's not that kind of video, get your mind out of the gutter. We're going to be talking about training. How many times have you committed to trying to get yourself in shape and said, I'm going to be in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours, every day of the week? One thing we've talked about consistently so far in February is avoiding burnout by using minimum effective dose when it comes to training, when it comes to changing habits. Start small and build. When it comes to training, the eventual goal is not to end up being in there for as long as possible. It's to train efficiently with the most intensity possible, because intensity will beat duration every single time when you're trying to get results. One of my clients, David, is a perfect example of this because he is a busy dad, 3 girls, full-time job, trying to spend time with his missus, trying to have a balanced life, but loves to train hard and wants to get results. The last 6 weeks, he has done phenomenal because we've been getting PRs week in, week out. He's been losing body fat. He's been feeling good. We've been getting more efficient with our time. As an example, he does his mobility and warm-up work at home so that when he shows up to the gym, he's ready to go. As soon as he steps in, we're under the barbell, we're doing our first set, and we're grafting. 40 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, if he's got a little bit more time, but we're trying to be efficient. What happens from him doing his mobility at home is he's down on his hands and knees, mobilizing his spine, getting his shoulders ready, getting his ankles, getting his hips, getting his knees, getting everything good to go. Allows his daughters to see him doing some physical work, and oftentimes they end up crawling on top of him, having a giggle and a laugh. It's one of the most wholesome things I've ever heard from a client because it allows him to be more present as a father, interact with his kids, get the mind right, and it reminds him why he's showing up to get healthier, to get stronger, to get fitter. For the kids. Because whether you've got them or you want to have them in the future, one of your biggest goals as a man should be being around for your kids as you get into your older years. In terms of how you make those sessions efficient, the warm-up at home is a great tip. The other most important thing is having a structured plan. If you're walking into the gym and someone asks you, what you training today, bro? And you're like, I don't know, whatever's free. You're going to end up spending far longer than you should and not training intense enough. Using compound movements, if you're starting into the gym, is a really useful way to get intensity out of it. The compound movement, a lot of people get confused on what they are. Without making this a deep dive on training, science, and methodology, a compound movement is a multi-joint movement. Squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead presses, pull-ups, all big movements, instead of just spending your time doing curls and flies and lateral raises, which are all important, but not very good bang for your buck movements when it comes to going in and being efficient. For example, this morning's session, we got in and did front squats, we did incline dumbbell press, we did some leg extensions after doing those big movements, we did some raises, we did some extensions, we did everything efficiently and intensely, where every set we're looking to improve on what we did last week. You can't do that if you don't have a plan, because if you're planning to improve on what you did last week, but you haven't written down what you did last week, you're going to go by feel, and most likely you're going to spin your wheels and spend months trying to achieve something that you could have achieved in weeks. The main takeaway that I want to give you by the end of this video is to be efficient with your time by making a plan if you're going to go into the gym. Obviously, you can expedite this process by hiring a coach to help you with getting that structure from somebody else. Something I actually do myself. I might have been a coach for the last 14 years, but in me prepping to get back in the bodybuilding stage, I'm busy trying to build my business, help men to become better. I don't have the mental headband space, whatever that word might be, to do all my own programming and trust myself to do that. I have offshot that to my coach, Nick, who's giving me my training program, my nutrition, keeping me accountable to make sure that I'm doing all of the things I need to get there. Whether I had that coach checking on me or not, I have a structure and a plan to follow so that when I show up to the gym, I'm not walking around wondering what I'm going to do. I'm opening up the app, I'm having a look and going, okay, today I have XYZ. I won't detail the full program, but I'm coming at you from this angle to get you more efficient with your time. Because if you're a busy man who's got a job, a family, a missus, a social life, and you're trying to balance things, as fun as it would be to spend hours in the gym, get efficient. So to answer the age-old question, harder, not longer. because intensity is always better than duration. Let's see if you're talking to the missus and she agrees, but that's what we're looking for. Thank you for watching. If you don't mind, drop in the comments below what your goals are for this month, and if you've been following along and trying to do something every day in February to improve and make your life just that little bit better. See you tomorrow.